Hey everybody, it's Josh the Firearm Convention coming to you today with another video of the Magforce International Urban Carry Pack. So this guy here is a bag from Magforce, obviously. It is their smallest pack they have with 2 straps, making it a backpack instead of a satchel. So what we have today is a comparison between this pack and, real quick, we're just going to compare it to the Rush 72. So the Rush 72 here is a 3-day assault style pack. And as you can see, size-wise across the base, much larger pack. Comparing it across the top, the height, much larger. And of course, it's a much taller pack as well. So if you're looking for an assault pack, Magforce does carry those, but that is not what this urban carry pack is all about. It's not designed to be an assault pack. It's meant to be, just a 12-hour, 14-hour, possibly, 1 day or so pack. And that's what we're going to work on today. I've already got this thing loaded out. It's kitted out with most of what I want to show you guys today. So a couple things that I still don't have in here. I'll go over that when we do it. But again, something I want to point out here, that in a previous video, when we went over the materials and the layout of this bag, I'll link that in the description, by the way. Something I went over is this carry handle. Now this carry handle on this bag is it's adequate. It has a little flip up here so you can put your Camelback hose through and tie it to your straps, but it's very, it's just attached. It's not any real forethought on this. Whereas this Magforce bag, even though it's much smaller, the carry strap on this is so much more well engineered. It's got this main compression strap that runs through the main strap. It's very large, a lot of square inches here, or square centimeters, however you want to think. And it's on both sides. Those straps run all the way down, and connect to the main part of the pack. Like this here would be more akin to a drag handle on a plate carrier than a carry strap for your backpack. So anyway, the next video we do, it's going to be comparing 511 products to Magforce products. And, little spoiler, they're just as good, if not slightly better, okay? There's a couple things on the Magforce that I really like compared to 511. So anyway, again, this is my everyday carry bag. This is the bag I carry in my tractor trailer when I'm out. I could potentially be walking home, up to 200 miles, one way. Odds of me being able to make that journey aren't very good, but, you still have to be prepared for that kind of thing, in my opinion anyway. So this is my big pack. It carries a ton of stuff. This pack, on the other hand, let's get this out of the way. This pack, on the other hand, is for my wife. It's for my wife, Erin, to put in the van. The farthest she's going to be away from home without any ability to resupply is going to be about 30 miles. And that's going to be up in Altoona, Pennsylvania. So, she's got a pretty easy walk back home, as far as distance is concerned, and potentially, well, the walk itself. It's going to be a good bit of main roads. In our area, we don't necessarily expect to see a whole lot of issues within the first 48 hours. It's going to be, there's not a lot of gang activity in our area or what have you, things that would make the walk that much worse. But anyway, let's get on to this pack. As you can see, it's full, okay? So this pack is full of goodies, and I just want to show you guys what's in the pack. And it's not completely done yet, but, for the size of this pack, you can fit a good bit of product in here. This pack's probably 12 pounds. And, you know, I did take this pack, you know, while I was out hunting, and, you know, it was an amazing pack when I was carrying it. So my wife is just absolutely ecstatic with the size, with, you know, the layout. She loves it. So this is what's in the van, okay? So anyway, let's get started. First, we're going to open up the compression strap here. All right, and let's just go into the top pouch. So remember, this is set up for a woman, okay? So just in case, you know, we have to walk home and it's that time, you know, we've got a couple, you know, feminine hygiene products there. We also got this little dude. It's basically so you can stand up and go to the bathroom as a woman. Once you figure out how to use them, they're actually pretty nice. You know, no, I'm not saying that for personal experience, but you know, for her, you know, once you figure out how to use it, they're pretty nice, and they actually give you a pretty solid tactical advantage. You know, because without something like that, you know, a woman is going to have to, well, I mean, you know. So the thing is, you know, if you can stand up to go to the bathroom, you know, using one of those, then you can keep your head on a swivel a little bit better, you know, and that's just kind of where we're at. So this one's a brand new one. You know, I didn't want to put a used one in her pack that was going to be in the van for heaven knows how long. So Bic lighter, okay. So in there, yeah, this lighter isn't quite done yet. This is one of the things that I'm not finished with. I normally wrap some duct tape around this, okay, just fatten it up a little bit, and I will put a rubber band around the top to make a safety for this fuel valve, because the last thing you want is for that fuel valve to be depressed and it blows out all the butane and you don't know it, and then you need it. So that's just the top pouch, okay? Wait, lying to you, I've got two more things in here. Two more things. Some Alka-Seltzers. My wife is horrible for pills. You know, she does not take pills well. So I've got some Alka-Seltzers in there, and I'm also going to get some BC powder. If you've never heard of BC powder, it's water soluble, you know, liquid soluble medication, pain reliever, fever reducer that you know, works wonderful. I mean, but you don't have to worry about, you know, swallowing pills or whatever if you're that kind of person, you know. So she prefers, you know, something that's more akin to you know, drinkable, okay. So on to the next pouch here. Not a whole lot of stuff in here yet. So this is an empty pill bottle. I'm going to fill that up with wheel bearing grease. Now, reason for wheel bearing grease is rather simple. It's one of the easiest things to start a fire with. You know, I want this to be an ease of use pack. So I'm going to put some cotton balls in here, and I'm going to fill this with wheel bearing grease with a little baggie of cotton balls and that wheel bearing grease. You know, the tiniest little one cotton ball and some grease will get you a fire started, even in wet conditions. You know, and even if you're inexperienced at fire starting. So, wheel bearing grease. Okay, then we've got a multi-tool, okay? And of course, that's just a regular Gerber multi-tool. We've got a Sawyer Mini. Much prefer the Sawyer Mini over the Life Straw, mainly because, and I'll get to these here next, mainly because a Sawyer Mini will screw right onto the top of a water bottle, okay? So these are 1 liter bottles of water, and the reason why I prefer the Sawyer Mini is because this bottle you can fill up anywhere. You know, you can just dunk it down in the water, get it full, screw this on the top, and you've got a drinkable water source without having to filter it on site. So it allows you to get to water and get away from water quickly. You know, and the reason why I prefer to get away from water quickly is because, you know, just like, you know, in the African Sahara, you know, that's going to be a place where, you know, predators are going to, you know, congregate. And in some instances, predators are going to mean people, you know, and that's just where we're at. So this bag, you know, I've got a second one of those on the other side, okay? This bag is necessarily not, another lighter, this bag is necessarily not also for, you know, holy crap, you know, we're walking home into the world, you know, as we know it. This bag is also for the van broke down alongside the road in the dead of winter, and we are going to be 4 or 5 hours without heat, right? So at that point, you know, we can use the bag for everything from holy cow, the world's ended, down to, you know, a daily incidental thing. So this is an emergency poncho, you know, and it's not the best emergency poncho. It's very, very thin. I'm going to put in a couple trash bags, you know, because they tend to don't take up a lot of space and they're lightweight, as well as this poncho here. I've also got enough space in this bag still to put in a small tarp, you know, just a very little tarp. I may use a drop cloth. I'm not certain. I got a fire steel here, you know, magnesium and flint, and that's pretty much it for this top pouch. Now we're going to move on to the bottom pouch, and that's just where we're going to crack this bad boy wide open all the way. So we got a first aid kit here, okay, and this is a decent little first aid kit. I got it off of Amazon for $16. You know, and basically it's a 120 piece first aid kit. My wife does have her CPR first aid training, so I didn't want her to have anything more, you know, high speed than a standard kit. You know, she doesn't know how to tourniquet. I got to teach her how to do that yet. There'll be a tourniquet in here at one point, but you know, like that kind of stuff. This one has, you know, antiseptic wipes, alcohol prep pads, bandages, you know, cotton tips, you know, butterfly adhesive bandages, CPR mask, you know, EMT shears, you know, all the good stuff, you know, sterile gauze, you know, just all the stuff that's gonna get her through a boo-boo kit here, you know, back to home. Okay, so we got this first aid kit. All right, another bottle of water. This is another ½ liter. So right now our carrying capacity on water is 2.5 liters. Okay, and then we're going to talk about food. You know, we got some tuna salad. You know, we've also got, you know, 50 rounds of 9mm ammunition, spare magazine for her Glock 26, the Glock 26, edible spoon, another lighter, knife, BK10. Love this little knife right here. You know, this is the second one I have. You know, wonderful knife for interacting with, you know, the environment. You know, you're going to use a knife in a situation much more than you're going to use a firearm. Okay, so it's best to have a knife with you. You can baton wood with this. You know, you need to make some impromptu tent stakes. Knife. You know, you need to, you know, shave some you know, fat wood to make a fire. Again, knife. Can't do that with a handgun. You need to have a knife. And if you can't afford a BK10, there's Moras online from Amazon that are just as nice as these. They're not quite as robust, obviously, but I may put one of those in there just to save weight. You know, maybe put a second one in there, because 2 Moras aren't going to weigh as much as this BK10. So let's see here. Toilet paper. Okay, take some toilet paper, pull the roll out of the center of it so you can compress it down, and then, you know, have a whole roll in there. Good for multiple things, not just, you know, I mean, you could be wiping your nose with it. You don't want to be wiping your nose with your sleeve. You know, it's going to get chapped. You know, something else I need to put in there for my wife is chapstick. She loves chapstick. You know, a small light. I don't have any batteries in there yet, but we've got a small light. This is just a little mini mag light. Okay. Now on to some more food. I bought this can of Spam, and in all reality, I should have bought the single serve pouches. This is too much for one meal. But I was just thinking about, you know, what I would buy for the house when I was at Walmart. So, Spam. Now I do have 2 single serve pouches of, you know, chunk light tuna. You know, quick and easy protein. That's what you're looking for in a pack. Okay. So then I've got two cups, you know, nesting cups, right? So this one nests inside this one. You know, this flips out. They both got handles. They both got handles so that you can boil water over a fire, okay? Put this here. Inside of here, we've got 2 things of yellow rice, you know, and this is just, you know, you can cook a thing of yellow rice inside this cup right here, not a problem. You know, of course we need our spoon, like I said earlier, you know, to eat with, okay? So these things are like 70 cents at Walmart, foil pack. Rice lasts forever, and it says yellow rice, but that's just because it's got some curry powder and some other seasonings in there. It's white rice. These will last literally until the pouches fail, okay? So these are something you can throw in a pack and completely forget about. They'll be good in 20 years, okay? You know, the foil's probably going to die before the contents do. Again, tuna, not quite 20 years, obviously, but tuna is one of those critters that, you know, you can take this stuff and it'll be good for at least a year or 2. And every year you should be back in here just squaring up your goodies. And then we have one of these emergency rations. So this emergency ration is 2,400 calories, lasts 5 years. It's a brick. They taste like garbage, but if you're needing to get home quick, you know, it's dense, compact food. And, you know, if something happens, I know this is going to be the last thing that somebody wants to bite into. So that'll be the last piece of food that goes. Now, as far as product, that's pretty much everything in the pack. But we've got a decent amount of supplies here. Remember, we're talking about running on a lightweight pack. So we're talking about a pack that, you know, is very small. You know, it's a very small pack, but it's got a lot of space for storage. And that's exactly what we want in a, you know, get-home bag for a smaller, petite woman. Now, if you're one of those people that just have to put, you know, everything in the kitchen sink into a backpack, then you might want a larger pack. And Magforce does sell bigger bags than this one. But you can't beat the price. You know, this bag, when you go to the firearm convention, you know, they post up, you know, sales on the firearm convention a good bit. You know, and then when you combine that with coupon codes that you can clip at Amazon at checkout, guys, this pack was like $49. It's normally $100 or $120. You know, and it was 49 bucks. And then comparing it to the 511 over there, it's amazing. Like, comparatively, there are some things on this pack I just absolutely love compared to the 511, but that's not for this video. There's a couple other things, like I said, I need to put in here yet. You know, the pistol doesn't necessarily live in this pack. This is her carry piece. You know, this is a Glock 19 mag. It was one for my range. It's got steel full metal jacket in it right now. But I just wanted to give everyone out there in YouTube land an idea of what you can still pack into this backpack. And again, this pack wasn't quite full. I would say it was 75 to 80% full. Okay, you know, and that's a conservative estimate. You know, if you were, you know, I didn't even have the compression straps, you know, tightening this thing down yet. So, you know, I haven't used any of these outside, you know, I haven't used any of the Molly webbing yet, or Powell's webbing. I haven't used this compression cord here. You know, I haven't done anything like that. Oops, my brick fell over. So I haven't used any of that kind of stuff. As far as you know, other goodies that we could put in here, like I said, I need to put in some simple. I need to put in some simple. I lost my train of thought. Well, that's cute. I love it when that happens. Some more simple fire starters. That's where I was going with that. You know, some cotton balls. You know, I need to fill up this with the axle grease or wheel bearing grease. I need to get a very small tarp and put in here. I need to, you know, get a couple more minor things. Some of those P38 can openers. I like to put those on these strings. You know, I'll untie this string and I'll put a P38 can opener on there, you know, so that we have one. You know, she can untie this string at a later date to get the can opener. You know, so there's a lot of goodies. Like, I need to exchange out this for more smaller pouches, single serve pouches. I need to put a thing of peanut butter in there, a small jar of peanut butter. I'm really big fan of dense calories when you're doing a lot of walking, okay? So you need to have a lot of calories, a lot of proteins and fats in as small a package as possible. Peanut butter is great for that. You can go to Walmart, get a 98-cent jar of peanut butter, and throw in this pack, and it's good for 2 years. And it's going to have in that whole jar probably 3,000 calories. So it's great, dense calories. Now, as far as water, I could potentially get 1 or 2 more of these in there, even after I add all that other stuff, and I will put more in there. I also need to add a small, I'm going to vacuum seal her a change of clothes. Just some, just, even if it's just like leggings and a lightweight long sleeve shirt and, some undergarments and socks and that kind of thing. Just vacuum seal that to make sure it stays dry. Just, and to keep it as small as possible, and put it in here as well. Because, you just don't know what time of year you're going to be using this pack, and another layer of clothes or an additional change of clothes. And I'm going to ask her what clothes she wants in there. I'm also going to have outside the pack a good set of walking boots, ones that she's broken in and can walk in, because the last thing you want is to be in Altoona, and my wife is one of those people that loves to wear flats or flip-flops. You can't walk home 30 miles in flip-flops, so you have to have some sturdy boots. So everybody, if you're taking into consideration building a pack out for somebody else, and it needs to be just an incidentals pack, okay? Like this one, something to get home, spend maybe 1 night out on the trail to get home. This is a great pack. If this is a pack for somebody that's going to, leave it at their desk at work, you're just going to shove it under the desk. It's small enough, compact enough, and all that fun stuff that you can really quite simply, put it anywhere. It can be in the trunk of your car. You'll never have to worry about it. Take it out once a year, change out the stuff that needs changed out, and boom, you're done. And you don't have to think about it again for another year. If it's something that you want to carry, with your laptops and everything. Again, if it's just a day pack to carry your lunch, your everything, throw it in there. Use this pack for anything. It doesn't have to be a crazy get home bag. But look at the quantity of items that I've already got in the pack. And like I said, we're at about 75% capacity would be my guess. I can still, like I said, put more water in there. I can put a change of clothes in here. I can put more food in here. But the whole idea is to get the first 20 miles in the first day to our children that would be at school. So that's the big thing. All of our kids go to the same school. So, and once our oldest goes to middle school, it's right next door. So once we get there, the thing is to get her to get the kids, okay, and be able to get them out of school. So even if she goes to school, which is on the way home from Altoona or pretty much anywhere, she can then, maybe spend the night at the school with the kids and then go home in the morning with them. So that's kind of what this pack is about. Any other direction we walk from, she would walk from, we have friends and family in that direction that would be able to help resupply so she wouldn't have to eat, this. So, any other direction, and we're pretty much, golden. So, anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what you can fit inside of one of these bags, and that's pretty much all I got for you. I hope this video has found you well. I wish everyone a wonderful day, and may God bless you on your journey through life.